welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 Week 9 Players of the Week. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow. And I've got 3 from the game I went to. 2 from Bray, 1 from Harding. The first one is Omar Cook, the Bray quarterback, who's been on here a couple times. He had 4 TD passes and a rushing touchdown in the victory over Harding, 49-14, and I thought he really played a good game, because there were times Harding would bring pressure, and he would just sit in the pocket and get the ball out quick and let his receivers make plays, and then they used him some on some misdirection runs, some zone read type action, and he would keep the ball go upfield. Just a real efficient ball game. And Bray was able to hit some big plays for scores and helped him out a little bit. But I was impressed. It's the first time I've seen him since way back in the preseason, and he's come a long way and he's doing a great job. Also, Cayson Collins committed to Carolina.
Right.
North Carolina coach was on the sideline and talked to him a little bit. He had a nice punt return for a touchdown. His blocking really helped him out, but he's got really good speed. I see why he's going to Carolina, and he was blitzing a lot on defense and made some plays there.
Right.
And the times where he did drop in coverage, he covered well and was rangy. And he was a leader, and he did a really good job. The one for Harding, Brittain, I think it's his second time on here. He had a few nice catches against some tough coverage from Bray. And this kid did not quit. He played both sides of the ball like some of the Harding players did. And he fought till the end of the game. And, a kid like that shows that kind of heart and passion for the game. I'm going to reward him. And he's done a good job for them this season. So those are my 3 from the game I attended.
Okay, so I did not attend the game. I attended a wedding.
Okay.
So didn't get my son got married. So my first pick is because it was such a monumental win in the Rocky River Butler game. So I talked to Coach Simpson, asked him who was your best, because they were telling me it was a defensive thing, and
right.
He just said the entire group. So he wanted me to call out the entire Rocky River defense for what you guys did. And Coach Harmon said, hey, the offensive line did not give up a sack.
Okay.
And he thought that was pretty impressive against Butler. And but he did say Devryn Galloway had 2 huge catches, one of them for TD. And then he mentioned Naiil Ramaadan. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Ramaadan. He was big in his passing when they brought him in. He threw 7 passes, 7 completions, and one of them was he had the winning TD. So really, I just thought I would throw that out for Rocky River, since that was pretty big for him.
All right, good job, guys. My next one, another weekly standout, Shaun Wilson at West Meck, 265 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 41-8 win over Olympic. Once again, I mentioned it in the game review, a big win for West Meck. I know for them, beating Olympic is something they really wanted to do, given the games from last year where Olympic beat them. So another weekly installment of Shaun Wilson being a player of the week.
Okay. This one came in. We have a longtime follower of the site, and he is now headed over, and his son is coaching over at Forest Hills. So we're going to be getting more Forest Hills stuff. So Jared Lee at Forest Hills, and what a ball game! Yeah. I see you just checked him off. So
he was on mine too.
So he's 12 of 12 rushes for 276 yards. He had TD runs of 85, 65, and 35. Pretty good. That's enough alone,
right? You
would think. Well, he also threw 2 TD passes. Did he do anything else? 2-point conversion. Did he do anything else? He caught the ball for 35 yards.
How did he catch the ball?
I don't know. Did he do anything else? 3 punts, averaged 43.3 yards.
Good gracious.
So that was in a 56-25 win, and I just got a message in. He sold 20 raffle tickets and popcorn at halftime, and still caught the coaches. Let me tell you, if you're going to talk about an all-around player, obviously no defensive stats here, but that's a fine ball game.
Yes.
So very, very worthy of nomination and speak out.
Good job, Mr. Lee. My next one, Porter Ridge, Jerrick Robbins, and he's been out here a couple times. I think you have him.
I have him too.
215 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns and a 43-7 win over Myers Park. And he's one of the main go-to guys on that team that's playing very well and tied for first place right now in the Southwestern Conference. So good job to Jerrick and his teammates for making him look good.
Goodness, good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see if we got another duplicate. Cameron Tripp of Piedmont.
Don't have him.
He's a junior quarterback, and this was a nomination. Pretty good stats, 13 of 18. That's really good passing.
Yeah.
237 yards and 3 TDs. I should have thrown that into QB rating, but I bet that's way up there.
Oh, yeah.
He also had one TD rushing in their win, conference win over Anson, 40-33. So Cameron Tripp, I guess we'll be maybe hearing more about you since you're a junior. We'll try to start following you a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a real good size on him. I believe he's at least 6'4".
He's a big, tall guy.
Yeah. He's gonna be real good.
I was thinking actually somebody said maybe even 6'6".
Wow.
I thought I saw that earlier in the forums.
Good job. Now Piedmont's got a good JV team too, so he'll grow with those guys. That may be a team to watch next season, if not this season.
Yeah.
I got a defensive guy on this one, and his name, I hope I say this right, Tajai Liles at Hopewell. This kid had a really good defensive game. He had 3 sacks and a fumble recovery and a 42-20 win over West Charlotte. And for Hopewell, you hear a lot about, Dominique Heath and Mr. Demetrius Camp, who we featured last week on the offensive side of the ball. So you hear a lot of bad or negative things about Hopewell's defense, but they're playing a lot better now. And Coach Jenkins has got them going, and this kid's a big reason why. So good job to you, Mr. Liles and Hopewell.
Yeah, congratulations for someone who's for a team that's been beat up on about their defense. That's a good ball game. Okay, I got another nomination of all things from Mooresville, believe it or not. Akease Rankin rushed running 18 carries for 241 yards. Pretty impressive. That's over that's 10, 13 yards a carry or so. 3 TDs. He had receiving, they say 1 reception for 91 yards. That's a pretty big play.
You're making most of your opportunities.
Exactly. And that was 4 TDs. So Mooresville might want to look into their receiving record books to see if that isn't a record, because that's probably close. And that was in their 43-7 win over North Lincoln.
Okay. Good job to Mr. Rankin there. My next one is also from the Hopewell West Charlotte game, but it's a West Charlotte player, which I believe is a first this year. Pralowe Grier, the West Charlotte running back. And I've said the running back from West Charlotte's been very good. He's been one of their better players. And now I finally found out what his name was. 21 carries for 241 yards and 2 touchdowns and a 42-20 loss. And even though you lost the game, that's a heck of an effort. And, it's been a tough season at West Charlotte. And for you to put up those kind of numbers and still go out and display that kind of effort and heart, you deserve the recognition. So good job to Mr. Grier in that offensive line at West Charlotte for making some room and letting him make those big plays for you.
That's awesome. The next player, again, was a nomination, and from what I've read, West Iredell played Lake Norman, and West Iredell's game plan was to control the clock. So limit. We talk about a lot. Limit plays. Limit the other team's plays. That's one of the tactics you take against a better team, and they limited their plays. But in that ball game for West Iredell, Nelson Bynes, he rushed 26 times for 148 yards and 1 TD. So that was in a losing effort, but in a team effort to to try to control the ball. 26 carries, that's a lot of carries.
Right.
For anybody. 26 carries, 148 yards. That's a lot of hard, tough yards right there. Yep. So, Nelson, you got nominated, so we're calling you out.
All right, good job, Nelson. My next one is in the private school ranks, and we've heard his name before.
Oh, yeah.
Will Grier, Davidson Day. And he put up some crazy numbers here. He had 8 total touchdowns, accounted for 8 touchdowns, 6 passing, 2 rushing, and a 61-21 win over Mecklenburg Christian. Now, I think that's the highest number of touchdowns that anyone's accounted for this year in the Players of the Week. And that's just awesome. He's committed to Florida, and, games like this, you see why.
Okay, wow. And something I learned about this family this past week, so I'm going to just go ahead and throw it in now. His little brother is like the number 3rd or 5th followed person on Vine.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's got millions of followers on Vine. Vine is a little 6-second video clip thing that Twitter came out with about a year ago. So you submit your 6-second clips, and this kid submitted a ton of them. So that's Will Grier's younger brother. I wonder if you guys see that. That's interesting.
Okay.
All right, so the next person I'm gonna throw out is Tyler Bray. We've mentioned him before from South Point, and we are going to have a player video